This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I am delighted to meet here with you in these online lessons. In this video, I'm going to go over minor 7 flat 5 chords, which are also known as half-diminished chords. And we'll take a look at a couple voicings that work really well for these on the guitar. We'll jam together on a chord progression right along with bass and drums accompaniment so we can work on using these voicings and get used to these sounds. So lots of great things in this video. This video accompanies lesson 28 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. On page 182 in the book, you'll see an explanation there for minor 7 flat 5 chords. You'll see some chord diagrams there on page 183, and we are going to jam together on chord progression number 1 from page 184. Okay, so minor 7 flat 5 chords. Just write what matches there with the notated example. We've got C. In the key of C, we'd have a C, E flat, G flat, and B flat. So that's the root, flatted third, flatted fifth, and flatted seventh. Those are the pitches that we have in our minor 7 flat 5 chords. And with the chord symbol, you're going to have a chord symbol that suggests a minor 7th chord. So the root, and then a lowercase m and a 7, or a minus sign and a 7. Something telling us it's a minor chord with that 7th added, which is the minor 7th, the flatted 7th. And then something that tells us that we've got the flat 5. So flat 5 minus 5, it could be in parentheses, it might not. Because this chord is also known as half-diminished, and the reason it's known as half-diminished is because the root, flatted third, and flatted fifth create a diminished triad. Now, we've learned about fully diminished 7th chords previously. Those have the double flatted 7th, which is the same pitch as the 6th. It sounds the same as the major 6th to our ears. So that's a double flatted 7th. That's considered a fully diminished 7th chord because it's a diminished triad with a diminished 7th added to it. A half-diminished chord has that diminished triad, but just the minor 7th or the flatted 7th added to it. So this is a half-diminished chord, and you will see chord examples there. Chord symbols can have that open circle for diminished with a line through it. So you might see just a root note like the C, and then that open circle with a line through it telling us it's half diminished, and then the 7th. So it's a half diminished 7th chord. So those are some of the ways that we see the chord symbols. Let's take a look at how we can play these chords on the guitar. So we've got a form with the root on the 6th string. That's where the square is here. And then we've got one with the root on the 5th string. I'm going to demonstrate these at the 6th fret. So my root for the 6th string form is going to be that B flat that's at the 6th fret. And for the 5th string form, that's going to be the E flat that is at the 6th fret. So we'll be doing a B flat half diminished chord, or B flat 7, B flat minor 7 flat 5 for the 6th string form, and then E flat minor 7 flat 5, or E flat half diminished chord on that 5th string. Okay, so with the 6th string form, I'm going to put my middle finger on the root, ring and pinky in the same fret on strings 4 and 3, index finger 1 fret lower than the root on the 2nd string, and I get a nice minor 7 flat 5 sound, in this case B flat minor 7 flat 5, or B flat half diminished. So that's the 6th string form. Let's look at the 5th string form. With this one, there's a couple different ways that we can finger it, and I end up using both. So one of the ways is to use your index finger on the root and then bar across over so that you're also playing the 3rd string in that same fret. And then middle and ring fingers go 1 fret higher on strings 4 and 2. We don't play the outside 2 strings, and we get a minor 7 flat 5 chord. Another way to finger this is with index, middle, ring, and pinky fingers. For me, it depends on where I'm coming from. If I was coming from a fully diminished 7th chord, it's probably easiest to just maintain my ring and pinky fingers and just switch back and forth like that. If I was coming from a minor 7th chord to suddenly go there, it might make sense to just maintain that bar. But sometimes it fingers nicely one versus the other, so I sort of have gotten used to fingering them both ways. For now, it's probably best that you just find which one you like best. Okay, so it can help to go back and forth between these chords as you get used to finding them on the guitar and playing them. Oops. that can be a great thing, but we here in this video are going to go ahead and jam together on the chord progressions. So we're going to play number 1 on page 184. You'll notice that just the roots are written there, and that is so that we can plug in any of the types of chords that we're learning with lesson 28 in the book. So we are going to, of course, be using these minor 7 flat 5 chords. We'll start there with C minor 7 flat 5, then go to F, to B flat, to E flat, and so on. This progression is going to happen twice, so we get to first jam on it at a slower tempo, then we can do it again at a faster tempo, which I think is really helpful. I'm just going to use a basic do-dot strumming pattern. Keeps it nice and easy, gives us time to transition from one chord to the next as we're learning these new voicings. So it's going to be great. Let's do it. Alright, great! In the next video we are going to take a look at minor 7th chords that have a sharped 5th. So minor 7 sharp 5 chords, which we sometimes use when we're playing especially jazz music. So it's going to be great. Take care and I'll see you again.
Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.